Hello, everybody. So I'm very hopeful that we on a time. I'm going to discuss constructors in inheritance today. It's a very important topic in Python. That what is the role of a constructor in inheritance? So let's discuss the basic concept of inheritance. That if there is a father and it is only one house, then it could easily be transferred to the son if it's no more or by its will. So this concept is known as reusability. Instead of creating its own, constructing its own house, it is using the house of its father. So the same concept is implemented in the programming. You will see over here that if there is a class salaried persons and it is owning some attributes, and there is another class that is also owning some attributes like hourly employees, then you could emphasize, you could see over here that the employee ID, employee name, and get employee date method, these things are common in the both classes. So instead of repeating the information in each and every class, what we do that we create a super class or the parent class that could have these attributes, and these attributes can be reused in each class. You could see the difference over here that if there are two classes, salaried person, only employees, salaried employees, that both are sharing this information from its parent or the super class, and the salaried class employee and hourly employees are the child or subclasses. So there are two types of inheritance. One is single inheritance, the other one is multiple inheritance. In the single inheritance, there is one parent and one child. In multiple inheritance, there are two parents or more than two parents and only a single child. Now I will discuss about the concept of constructors in object. What is constructor? Constructor basically is a special function that is used to initialize the member of the class. What are the member of the class? These are members of the class. If you could see over here that we can initialize these members by using a special function known as constructor. Constructor inheritance is very important. By default, the constructor of the superclass is called if the child class doesn't own its own constructor. If it has its own constructor, then definitely this would be called. That if the superclass constructor, that is can also be called if there is a possibility. And the fourth and the last point that in today's lecture we will discuss is the method resolution order, MRO, that in what order the multiple inheritance is solved. What is MRO? Basically, if you are owning the two parent classes, then the method, the child is the confused, basically the method of which class is called, and the resolution is done from the left to right parents. So this is the concept of MR. So let's discuss and create some code to see that what is the concept of constructor in inheritance. Or let's create one code class A, and I'm going to define one constructor over here, and I'm just printing hello, I am from A class. let's define another class, that is child class, and that is the parent class, and it is having one attribute get detail. Okay, so let's create one object for uh, B. So I'm just going to create one object from the class B, that is the child class, and A is the parent class. If I could run this code, you could see, hello, I'm from class A. It means that the constructor of the parent class is called because it is not having its own constructor. Let's create its own constructor. You could see over here now the constructor of the child class is called because we have initialized it. So what would happen if you are having more than one parent classes? Let's define another class C, and it is having one parent class A and the other one is. Let's see what happens if it is not having its own constructor. Okay, so it means sorry, I have not created it from class C. You could see over here that the C is having two parent classes A and B, but the constructor of the class A is called. Why? This is so unfair. The reason is that the MRO works over here, that the method resolution is done from left to right by the compiler. That is why from the class A, that is on the left side, the constructor of the A class is called. So this concept is known as MRO, or the method resolution problem. So basically this is very important over here. Method resolution order is very important in multiple inheritance. By default, the constructor of parent classes or super class is called if this child class is not having its own constructor. That's all from my side. Thank you so much.